I have a parallel that you might like. So, a parallel to both the plot and the story. Yeah, this is interesting. This is a reach as well. But again, you might like it considering what they're already doing with the parallels to the Ishiki arc. So, in the plot, the parallel is both Jura and Ishiki invade the village, do some destruction, fighting the legacy characters with overwhelming strength. Then the next generation has them leave and stay gone at a different battlefield. That applies to both Jura and Ishiki.
Mm-hmm.
In the story, Boruto and Sasuke discuss the conviction to die as a shinobi, which is interwoven into the plot because it's why Sasuke allows Boruto to go fight Ishiki. And it's arguably why Boruto has the resolve to make Ishiki teleport away in the first place. This all leads into Baryon mode Naruto, and as we know, what's currently happening is technically leading into Baryon mode Himawari if they're going that angle. But what is leading into it in the Shinjuu invasion arc? Well, in the Shinjuu invasion arc, which is what I'm calling this, by the way, Hidari discusses the stupidity of shinobi dying, to which Jura disagrees, saying there's more to it. That's going like the conversation between Boruto and Sasuke. That's the end of the parallel, but that's something to draw out of. I think that's really interesting if that's intentional.
Another thing I guess you could say is Kawaki's opinion on Shinobi.
We haven't really got that in this arc.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not really in this arc, but
like this works with the timing, arcs, kind of. So like, if this is the case, in a way, you could this is silly. You could argue Jura is the protagonist because that's almost the question being
Hidari's
raised.
the antagonist.
Like if the theme,
yeah. So actually, the final battle would just be Hidari versus Jura. Sarada's just gonna make Hidari grow, and then Hidari will face Jura and lose because Jura's the protagonist.
No, not in terms of the plot, only in terms of narrative. Because like the narrative, like it was technically Naruto versus Sasuke in the Momoshiki arc because of the bet. In the Kara arc, you'd argue it's Boruto versus Sasuke in terms of conviction, even though they were kind of on the same page. But you get the point. It's asking a question.
No, I know.
And
what
later
you're
getting
saying.
an answer. No, I know it's being goofy, but still.
Goofy, yeah.
But like still, if the point here is they're trying to make the theme instead of about conviction, because that's what like Boruto and Sasuke were making the question of technically in a way back then, and then like that lead in the conviction Naruto had for Baryon mode, and the conviction Boruto had to like end his life to stop Ishiki, blah blah, etc. Conviction Sasuke had to go fight Ishiki. They could be doing a thing here of Jura or like Hidari thinking shinobi are stupid, and then Jura trying to find more in it, and that could lead to something with Jura in a minute here. I feel like they also could have already done that, should have already done that even, before Himawari exploded with rage. I feel like Jura should have got more out of Inojin. Regardless of Inojin's death, there should have been more Jura there as well.
There should have been more everything, bro. More Inojin, more Jura, and more Himawari.
Bro, you know what there should have been more of? I'll show you what there should have been freaking more of.
What? Like emotion?
Looking at my screen.
Like, good writing.
Looking at my screen, there should have been more of this. Just all of this.
Yeah.
Just all of this. Yeah, just all of it. There should have just been more of this. Just copy paste this whole chapter. Just all of this.
Yeah, can we just get like a revamped version of this chapter? Just update it. That's it.
Like, why isn't Jura hugging anybody?
We should be hugging Himawari.
Yeah.
You know, parent and child.
Like, where's Jura laughing after winning, quote unquote? I want Jura laughing for two pages in a row.
This is gonna sound really goofy. Does Jura know how to laugh?
He knows how to talk. I don't see why not.
But does he know how to laugh?
I'm gonna say yes. At the very least, it was probably in a book he read.
I like that answer.
Yeah, should have got more with
look,
that.
Hidari, I read in a book this thing called laughing. What do you think?
Bro, we can have so much fun with this in the abridged. It's stupid.
Literally.
In terms of this parallel, do you think there's anything to it, intentional or not? Do you think it's a reach?
I mean, the only difference is, I guess, legacy characters. Jor hasn't fought any legacy characters, but
Well, Konohamaru showed
well,
up.
no, he didn't. Those were not legacy characters. Those were legacy bodies. Not even legacy designs, bro. They weren't even legacies. There's
Konohamaru showed
people.
up. What I was really referencing there in terms of
Jorah
legacy
didn't fight
characters,
him.
this sounds
Jorah ran
so
away. Jorah
stupid.
fled the
Okay,
fight.
okay. I wasn't actually referencing that. What I was referencing when I wrote legacy characters, you're not gonna like this, but you can see where I'm coming from, hopefully. I was referencing Kawaki.
Okay. I thought you meant like the random bozos that he stabs when he first invaded.
No. Kawaki came from the previous series. He's a previous main character, in a way. He's the older generation from Himawari's generation. He's the one that actually, fought, put up a fight, and caused destruction in the village. He's the one who was defeated immediately after based on the overwhelming power. He's the one that shows up when Jura is going after someone else because Ishiki was going after someone else. Naruto showed up. Kawaki's the one that, interrupted that, the same way Naruto did.
Yeah.
Technically, random fodder Bozo Shinobi showed up first for both Ishiki and Jura, and Kawaki's been the only
it's a similar
closest to a real fight Jura's
like
had.
Jura wasn't asking where Naruto was. He was asking where the bookstore was in his heart. I mean, those elements are there. Like, these are similarities. I'm skeptical of whether they're trying to do the parallel versus a coincidence because I've lost trust in them. But these parallels are there. Like, they're not the same, but there are a lot there. And especially if we get something to at least symbolically show Himawari's situation with Kurama, exemplifying there's something more to the shinobi than stupidity. Similar to how Boruto and Sasuke discuss the shinobi's resolve to die, and Naruto exemplifies that when he used obviously Boruto did too, but Naruto exemplifies it when he does Baryon mode. In this case, it's probably more in relation to resolve to protect their comrades at the risk of death, which is similar but not quite the same in terms of how it's presented. Inogen fights knowing he can die, not fighting with the intent to die. Jared's well, there's more to it. And then if we get something at least narratively cashing in on that with Himawari, then it works perfect as parallel. If they don't do that, then it's just a, I guess, missed opportunity.
Even then, you can almost argue Jura and Himawari are having the conversation about why Team 10 is still stepping in, which is that same conversation of why they're trying to get involved when it risks their life. It's the same Hidari conversation of are they stupid? So, and then
we just haven't seen the end of it.
Well, I'm fine with Himawari exploding in anger as the end result to this conversation. It kind of was, because it's almost like Inogen entered into the conversation by just continuing to do it, and then Jura just responded to Inogen instead, and Himawari saw it. But, it's kind of there. The reason Himawari exploded is because Team 10 is continuing to involve themselves in someone else's business.
Yeah.